Hi everyone, my name is Harley and welcome to TransByDef. Alright. So I know we haven't been doing too many videos lately, so I'm posting one today. We don't really have a topic of the week right now because, we don't have too many people, so we're gonna be like freestyling it for a little bit. Freestyle! Alright, so today I'm gonna talk about electrolysis and laser for hair removal. I've been going through it, and that's, I've been doing the laser. I did the laser itself in the past. Now I'm doing electrolysis, and so I can kind of describe what you're going to go through if you're going to do that. So, just to start off, I have, like, for my hair, it's like when I used to have beard hair, it used to be like black hair, brown hair, blonde hair. It was a mixture. So I would have it on my jawline, the goatee area, and a little bit right here, and that was really it for me. I never really had it on my neck or anything like that. So, and it wasn't really thick or anything. I never was able to grow a beard. I would always be able to just do a little goatee or something, and that's it. So I was a little fortunate on that. So, anyways, doing what the typical treatment for me was suggested was, and usually for transgenders, are to do the laser first, do your 6 sessions of laser, and then follow it up with electrolysis. Doing the 6 sessions worked for me, and now I'm following up with electrolysis, getting like the hair that the laser did not get. It's expensive. It is expensive. Laser is good for people with light skin and dark hair. The other thing is you can't go out in the sun, because here's the reason why. Is because when you do laser is absorbed through the melanin of the hair, and if you go in the sun, you're going to produce melanin, and instead of it being absorbed by the hair, it's going to be absorbed through the skin, and you don't want that. So what you end up doing is, the whole point of the laser is so they, give you a good zap with a good high power joules or something, and the energy is supposed to travel through the hair, and it's supposed to go all the way down to the root, and with all that energy, it's supposed to disrupt it from the blood supply, and then it kills the hair. That's what it's supposed to do. Now the catch is that hair has to be within a 2-week cycle, the weakest state, in order to dislodge it from the blood supply. So your first session is the waste. It's a waste session, but it's not really, because you're gonna get a fresh start. So it's like the fresh start thing. Nothing's really gonna be different. But your hair's gonna fall out, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, it's there, and then it's gonna start growing back, and you're like, shit, and then you have to go back. So like, what usually happens is when you do the laser, there's this 21-week period, 21-day period, 3 weeks. So what happens is your hair starts shedding, and on that 21st day, you shouldn't have any hair left. There shouldn't be no hair, no black hairs, no long black hairs. And the place I go to calls me on the 21st day and says, hey, do you have any black hairs left? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, well, come on in, we'll zap those for free. So look for a place that can do that. Because that's worth it. That's worth your money. You're getting all your pennies worth on that. Also, like during your sessions, you'll start with like a low power, and then as your hair gets finer, because it'll start getting finer and finer. Then they have to increase the energy, so it's gonna hurt a lot more on the surface. So speaking of hurting, the pain tolerance. Let me talk about the pain. It hurts. It's no joke, especially on the face, especially right here. This will make you cry. Well, it made me cry. Depending on your pain tolerance, depending on the light of your skin. Apparently I have fair skin, so they use as much energy as possible, which is really scary, and it hurts. So depending on, all those factors, may or may not hurt you. And if you have a good pain tolerance, it may not hurt you. But suggestions would be put numbing cream over, but especially over here, and then put some saran wrap, and then you're good. and for an hour, bake for an hour, and then take it off, and then you're ready. So that's that. But the pain feels more like, some people describe it as a rubber band snapping, but I will describe it as a bunch of hot needles really fast into your skin and out, and that's what it feels like. And because the reason why I say that is because really what's happening is your hair are those needles, and they're burning all the way down to your root. So it hurts. It does hurt. Yeah, and then you're going to smell some burning of the hair sensation, and it's going to hurt. But it is worth it. I remember the first day I did the laser, the first time I did the laser, and as soon as it all fell out, I was so happy. Like, that really felt good. It was like, oh my god, I feel like before I went through puberty, I had no hair. So laser's good. So a typical session, you do about 6 sessions, you get about 90% of the hair off. I've done the 6 sessions, now I'm working on electrolysis. And electrolysis is really covering those hairs that the light doesn't absorb. So they're very fine, maybe a little bit black, but blonde. The white whiskers, I've had a couple white whiskers. And I have like white hair, long hair. So get rid of those too, because they're just too long, So electrolysis does that, but what the difference with electrolysis and laser is covers a large surface, and on the surface of the skin and as well as underneath the skin. So it's a large area, and then they zap it, and it's like maybe 15 minutes. I don't know. I'm just saying. Where electrolysis is, they got to go through hair by hair. And what they do is they take a needle and they insert it right where the hair follicle is and apply some energy into it, electricity. And it's gonna feel burning. You're gonna start feeling a little burn, and then they take it out and then they pluck the hair, and that's how they do it. But what the problem is that they only target the hairs that they see. So that's the benefit of laser. It goes beyond what they can see. So just letting you know. But electrolysis works best, for any hair. It can do whatever hair. The white hair, the black hair, it does everything. Where a laser just targets the black hair. So, electrolysis, the pain, I can tolerate electrolysis. Except for there is a feeling that you get, and I think it's due to electrodes going. It's when they zap you, you feel this. Sometimes you feel a nerve going all the way down to your leg, and it's like a tickle sensation. It's annoying. Sometimes it makes you feel uncomfortable, or you're just like, oh man, you're just like, and you just feel it. And it just feels a little like a burning sensation, and that's it. It's just like the heat or something, and then it they pluck it. And that's really what it is. You don't really need numbing cream for that. The other thing is the recovery time. With laser, the redness goes away within maybe a couple hours, where, electrolysis, it's longer. You start seeing like some bumps and stuff, and it's red, and it looks very irritating. Afterwards, they both feel like someone punched you in the face, like underneath the skin. It feels like someone just punched you, and it's all sore. It's very bruised. It feels like, so you get this after effect, like, but I'm gonna give you some good news here. After all of that, it's worth it. It is worth not having hair, not having to shave, not getting that irritating feeling, not worry about cutting yourself. All that is worth it. I'm just letting you know. Personally, to me, it's worth it. So, I think I covered the majority of it. If you have any questions, and another thing is electrolysis, you can go in the sun. It's not, you don't have to worry about that. So, I think I'm going to end it there. If you have any questions, please respond, comment, and stuff. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been doing too many videos. I've been going through some shit myself. Some difficult shit, you know, so I'm trying to recover from that. Alright, well, I will talk to you all later.